Very powerful. Planning. Let us look at planning. What does planning do? Planning answers the W. And if you look at the following W's, you'll find out we're talking about the why, the what, the who, with, when, and when. And if you look at with and when, this is the resourcing portion. Now let me just take you very quickly through the why. The why refers to the need, the objective, the requirement, and also the problem that was identified. The what is the scope of work, what needs to be solved or what needs to be done. If you look at the who will refer to the people. Who will be involved? Who are the stakeholders? Who are the participants? Who are the people that will give capital? Who will be affected by this? Who will use the outcome of the project or the product of the project? With who? With who? With what? Etc. And when you look at the when, we talk about the schedule, the program, and the how long, or the duration, right? And where, if we talk about where, we mean where will the project take place? Where is the parent organization? Where is the performing organization? And where is the client organization? Very, very important. Where is location? Right? And these two coupled together will give you the resourcing needs of planning. If you look at resourcing, you cannot plan without resources. What resources will you use? Now, if you look at resourcing, resourcing will give you all the answers to the M's. What M's are we referring to? We're referring to the manpower, which is the people. We refer to machines, and if we say machines, we mean plant, equipment, and hardware. Hardware more in terms of IT, equipment in terms of construction and all of that. And when it comes to plant, we refer to a plant, a chemical plant, a power plant, or what chemical processing plant, or mineral processing plant. If we look at materials, we look at IE, we look at cement, which you can cement in terms of construction, where you need cement to do your building work, and data in terms of IT, data needs to go into a system, etc., because data are the building blocks, of any IT system. Paper, the paper is also a resource in terms of project management. All of the above are then converted into the most important thing, which is money. Money is M, yes, capital, but the M for money. All of this together constitute money. Project planning. Well, what do we say when we talk about project planning? When we plan, what do we do? What do you do when you plan? Do you plan in your mind? Do you plan on paper? Do you plan on a system? Project planning. You do planning of the work and planning for control. So that is the most important factor. When you plan, you actually plan for control as well. Because if you don't plan, you can't control. And if you don't plan, you can't measure. And if you can't, very important, if you can't measure, you can't manage. You can't manage if you can't measure. So planning is very important. So we plan of the work and we plan for control, so that we can control, so that we can do corrective actions, so that we can give feedback, etc., and we can avoid any deviation to the plan. Planning for control. More in detail. Produce standards or baselines. When you plan for control and you've put a planning foundation, you are actually putting the baseline there. The baseline meaning the baseline is fixed, so what you've planned and you execute, you will measure against the baseline. Right, so that's very critical. Procedures for the collection of data, example, standardized reporting. Yes, when you plan, you have now a standardized way of how you're going to report, what you're going to report, when you're going to report, and how you're going to report. And then you provide a MIS, which is a management information system, which is the technology, because when you plan and you have a management information system, you can actually do electronic reporting and print reports, etc., which is procedures and techniques for converting data into information. So can you see, when you have a management information system, which is an important core competency, you can collect data from all your planning projects, etc. This data then gets into the system, the data gets collected. So what we're basically saying, data is raw, and data gets converted into information, because information makes sense, right? And then the principle, you manage by exception. If you plan, you manage by exception. You are now in control of your destiny. You are in control of your destiny, or you're in control of your target. And then, with planning for control, you can now provide feedback. Feedback on how well the operation or the project roadmap or journey map is performing. Is there progress as per plan? Are you behind schedule? Are you ahead of schedule? Are you on schedule? How is the M's looking, the money? Are you underspent, overspent, etc.? In so doing, that is the end of the slides. So what we basically just want to say is that planning is very, very important. When you plan for the W's. When you plan for resources, which is the M's. The W's is the what, the when, the why, the how, the where, etc. And in so determining the W's, you need to determine the M's, the manpower, the material, the equipment, and also the money. And all of this complement the planning process. Planning is putting down on paper, putting criteria to it, putting milestones to it, and measuring against the baseline of the plan. Thank you.